I want to welcome us all back to Biblical Hebrew class called Dr. Akinola Bishop Hebrew class. I want us to go further in our study of the alphabets, but today we want to learn some 6 special alphabets or letters in the Hebrew alphabet. They are called Begad Kafat letters. You can see what I wrote here, Begad Kafat letters. What do we mean by Begad Kafat letters? Begad Kafat letters have been chosen out in relation to pronunciation. The first letter there is the bet that you have here. Then the B you have here stands for bet. The G stands for Gimel. The D stands for Dalet. The K stands for Kaf. The P stands for Pay. And the T stands for Tav. Now, in Hebrew words, when you have a letter written like this as B, as bet, without a dot, it's called B. The sound is deep, is B. Like if you transliterate this now, you write this as B, then you put a line under to show that the sound is deep. Then the next one is Gimel. When you write it and you want to transliterate, you make it a G, then you draw a line under. The next one is Dalet. You transliterate, you write it as D, you draw a letter, the line under. Kaf, K, you put all of them, like the P, which is a P, you also draw a line under. And the Tav, which is a T, you also draw a line under. But whenever any of these letters are written, and there is a dot inserted into them. Now, in this place, which is bet without a dot is V. But when it comes to the one that has a dot inside, you call it B. B, it's adding it. Instead of it to be D, it's adding it. It becomes B. So when you translate, you just write ordinary B without a line under. Then when it comes to this, the Gimel with a dot, it becomes G. Then just add a G. You don't have to put a line. Then Dalet, when it has a dot, it becomes D. It addings. D. Then the Kaf, which is a K, becomes K. And the P, which is P, becomes P. Then the T, which is Tau, becomes T. So the major thing, the only thing we need to learn about Begad Kafat letters is that the 6 letters that are standing as Begad Kafat letters, they are times written without dots, and when they are written without dots, their sound is deep. But whenever they are written with a dot inside, each letter is added, and they have their own usefulness as we continue to learn Hebrew language. So that is one thing I want us to know. Then another thing is that we have some other letters also that we call letters with alternative form. So you have final form and initial form. You have initial form, then you have the final form. There are about 5 letters that are involved in the starting with a Kaf. This is Kaf. But when this letter ends a word, the form changes to final form, Kaf. After Kaf, you have Mem, written this way. But in the final form, is written this way. This place is open, it's not closed. But at the final form, it is closed. It is closed. Then you have Nun. Nun is written this way. But when it comes to the final form, Nun is written this way. Then the final one is another one is Pay. Pay is normally written this way. But when it ends a word, the form changes to this. And the final one is Sade. The fifth one is Sade. Sade is written this way. But when Sade ends a word, it's written this way. So most of the time, it is elongated. It is elongated. This one is Kaf. When it's when it begins a word, or it's in the middle of a word. But when it ends a word, it becomes this. The same thing with Mem. When it's in the beginning of a word or the middle, there's always a space here, not closed. But when it forms, it ends a word, it changes to this. The same thing, Nun. It bends inside and changes to this. Pay also changes to this. Then Sade. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. Let's say we have Kanak. Kanak. Just follow. I'm going to teach us the vowels or the vowels with time. But just go with me. You have Kanak. Something like this. Let me say Kanak. You have Kanak. Now, this is a calf, but it is the initial form of calf. Now, this calf now ending this one, because when you read Hebrew, you read from your right to your left. So if you want to transliterate this now, you have K, A, N, A, and a K. So the first calf is this. The Nun is this. The final calf. No. Okay. Let me use Kanak. It's supposed to be like this. Kanak. Yeah. It's supposed to be like that. So this is calf, which begins. But when it ends this word, it changes to this form. And that's what you have here. Calf, the initial form. Then calf, the final form. Calf, initial form. Calf, the final form. Now let me change this. Let me use the word mem. Let's say we have Kanam. Let's say the last letter here is a mem. It changes to this. This is the way mem. Mem is supposed to be written like this at the initial form, not closing up. But because it's ending a word, it changes to this form. This third of the initial form, because it's the final letter in this word going to the left. It changes to this. Now let me also use another. Let me use calf now. Let me use Nun. Nun. You have Kanan. This is a Nun. This is a Nun. Kanan. This is an initial Nun because it's in the middle. But because this Nun is ending the word, the form changes to this. Let me use pay. If you have Kana. Naturally, it's supposed to be written as pay. If it starts a word or in the middle of a word. But once it ends a word, it changes form. It changes to this. This is the initial form when it starts or is in the middle of a word. But when it gets to the end, it ends the word, it changes to this. The same thing happens to Sade. Sade also change to this from this initial form to the what? To the final form. So what you have to do first of all, learn your Hebrew letters, then you can proceed over to knowing the Beggar Kafat letters, which has to do with the dot inside each of these 6 letters, to adding them. Then you come also to what we know as initial form and final form of letters. These involve 5 letters. So it involves, first of all, Kaf, then Mem, then Nun, then Pe, then Sade. That is for initial and final form. But for Beggar Kafat letters, you have Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pe, and what? And Tau. And when dots are inserted into them, it changes them. Now when you come back to Beggar Kafan letters, what kind of dot is inserted into them? The dot is called dagesh. 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 And we have two types of dagesh. The first one is called dagesh lini. Lini. Why the second one is called dagesh forte? Dagesh forte. Dagesh lini is weak dagesh, while dagesh forte is the strong dagesh. The kind of dagesh that was used in Beggar Kafan letter is called dagesh lini, and that's what you have here. And the function is just only one thing, to adding the letters, and it's only applicable to these 6 letters: Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pe, and Tav. And so we have to call it Bet, Gimel. So we made so that it can be pronounceable and you can always remember it. The letters are called Beggar Kafat letters. I want you to study this. Watch this video, learn the Hebrew letters, like the page, subscribe, and also comment so that we can improve in whatsoever we are giving to you. God bless you.